Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist, and it is June 2nd, 2026. And I meant to get back on here yesterday, especially because it was June 1st. And June 1st is the first day of Pride Month. So to all my LGBTQIA plus people out there, happy Pride. Y'all are loved, y'all are respected, y'all are all the things, okay? And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You get to love and live how you choose to love and live, how you were born to love and live. Now, I say that because I am what we call an ally, a real one. I don't play about any oppressed, disenfranchised community, but particularly LGBTQ community because I have so many friends, family, and even if I didn't, I just don't like folks who just hate for no reason. And that brings me to my point of this video. Today's video is brought to you by the letter H. Hate, homophobia, hating ass hobgoblin hood rat hoes. You know, all those things that start with the letter H. And I say that because it's a lot of those type of people in the world. And they are the type of people who ask questions like, why would Sesame Street, a children's show, post anything for Pride Month because Sesame Street posted this? Now, here's what. One thing is that Sesame Street has posted something almost every year for the past like 5 years. So then, if you don't know the history, that's another H word, of Sesame Street, you really should look into it because if you had, that's another H word, this wouldn't be shocking to you at all. Because, see, Sesame Street was created and aired its first show November 10th, 1969, and it is in its 56th season. And the history of Sesame Street has reflected changing attitudes to developmental psychology, early childhood education, and what? Cultural diversity. Sesame Street has always been a show that lived by DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Sesame Street was created for those children of lower socioeconomic status because it came on PBS. That was free. Clearly, y'all didn't watch the free channel. So it was for lower socioeconomic status preschool age children to prepare them for school because the creators felt like the television had become an addiction. It was becoming an addiction for kids. And so they felt like, let's put a show on that will actually teach children so they are prepared for school. Very noble idea, right? And so they created this show and they also were very purposeful in casting. They did not want to cast any white characters. All the characters were characters of color originally. And that wasn't because they didn't feel like white people should be included, but it was because all the other cultures and races were not included in things and were disenfranchised and oppressed and discriminated against. You get it? So they sought out to do a specific thing, and that was to include everybody. But really, it was also to teach children from a young age that everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves acceptance. Everybody deserves respect. And just because someone is different from you, that doesn't mean they don't deserve those things. See, Sesame Street has done episodes dealing with race, dealing with different ethnicities, dealing with different cultural elements, such as they did a black hair episode. They've done episodes on ability. They did an autism episode. They've done episodes with characters in wheelchairs. They have been very adamant about what they stand for. And you might ask, well, what that got to do with LGBTQ? Well, it has long been said that Bert and Ernie were a couple. Now I know somebody gonna get in the comments and say, no, they weren't. They were roommates. They were friends. Well, let me just tell you something. The characters on Sesame Street were based off the creators and the other people involved in creating the show and making the episodes and doing all the different things on the show, right? So Bert and Ernie in particular, they were created and their stories were written by Mark Salzman, who confirmed that he modeled them after his own relationship with his life partner, Arnold Glassman. Ernie's carefree personality was based on himself, while Bert's more serious characterization was based on Glassman. So, see, you can sit up here and say all you want that this show didn't represent certain things, but it absolutely did because it wanted to teach children what? That everyone deserves love, respect, and acceptance. And that's why Sesame Street can make Pride Month posts because they realize that the children watching their show Some of them have two mommies or two daddies or non binary parents or other family members or friends or teachers that they know, or they themselves may grow up and question their sexuality or try to figure themselves out and understand their own identity. And it would be helpful to have a show that teaches them you're still loved, respected, and accepted. And y'all hate that because y'all some hating ass, hobgoblin, hood rat hoes. That's all. So, yep, the letter H. Said a lot of H words today, didn't I? Did y'all keep up? So, yeah, y'all have a happy Pride Month, all of you out there. All of you, again, know that you are loved, accepted, and respected always, at least by me and so many others. So ignore those hating folks and go on living your fabulous lives. I hope y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of y'all day, and I will holler at y'all later.